It's recording. Hi there, everybody. This is Shawnee, and thank you for stopping by. Today we are going to be doing a oracle reading, just strictly an oracle reading. I tried using my computer. My computer's giving me problems. My phone's giving me problems. I started recording and then I didn't have enough room, so I had to start all over again. But that's okay. I didn't want to move the cards at all, so I still have them here. And then I'm going to do a clarifier with a little deck of regular cards here. But what I was saying is I have an Instagram account, and I'm going to link all the information below. It's all the information is also in my About section on my channel. And on my Instagram account, I do a card of the day. Whenever I have time, I try to do it every day. And what I want to let everybody know is if you follow me and then comment new follower, I will read and I will shuffle the deck and I'll pull a card for you for that day. It could even just be like the underlining energy, and I'll give you like a little mini reading. And also, and as a card of the day today, it was the Council card came out. It came out as the card of the day. It came out like in 3 of the different pre-shuffles, the practice shuffles. I like to feel like an energy of what's going on. There it is. And it came out, it fell out once, and then I pulled the top of the card earlier, and it came out again. It came out like 5 different times, the Council. So if you want to read that interpretation, that's on my Instagram account. So I think that's kind of important. Right now the Sun is in Libra along with Mercury and Venus. Pretty soon Mercury is going to be going retrograde. So if you don't know where the planets lie in your chart natally, I suggest you find out what time you were born and go on like Astro Cafe or look up free Vedic birth charts and then figure out where your planets land. You kind of have to learn. I've been self-teaching and learning. YouTube and the internet are amazing, and you can find out a lot of information. So I would suggest you find out what planets are in what house and what signs are ruling each house, because as those elements come up in the cards, that will influence that area in your life. Okay, so earlier, like I was saying, I dealt these cards. I just left them. I had to delete a few things off my phone because it's running dangerously low on space along with my brain. The first card we got is Soul Retrieval. I'm going to call out all the cards and I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing here, okay? So as the current energies go, we've got the first card is Soul Retrieval. Then we have the Rattle, the Sacrifice, the Seer, Thunder, Sorcerer, the Moon, and Eagle. So what I'm seeing here with Soul Retrieval is it's taking your power back from any aspect, place, person, or thing that is taking your power. And it doesn't mean that there's some kind of like evil villain that's like, ooh, I've got your power. It's more like, okay, like just like for any kind of addiction, you're giving your power over to that thing, right? So you're relinquishing your power. Or when you get triggered, and I can speak from experience quite recently on this, by something that you're just done with, like you're just done, and you get triggered and you're not taking a moment to step back and be the witness for just a second, and you react, you're giving your power over that because you've lost control of yourself for a minute. So Soul Retrieval, gaining back your own personal power. Then we have the Rattle. The Rattle's shaking things up, right? It's also calling your attention to something. So I think that's pretty simple. Next, we have the sacrifice. So what you need to ask is, what area of your life do you need to sacrifice more of, or have you been sacrificing too much? Because it seems like if you need to call your power back and it's time for you to shake things up, or something's calling your attention, maybe you've been sacrificing too much of your time, yourself, or your energy to a person, place, or thing that isn't really serving you. Even if it doesn't mean that these things are bad, it just means that it's just not working for your highest good. So next we have the seer. I'm sorry, I'm not even showing you any of these cards. The next card is the seer. Right? That to me is very similar to that number's 45. That to me rings very close to the high priestess, somebody who is aware of things on an internal level, but may not speak out loud about what he or she is seeing, like almost in a third eye way, or internally processing things and noticing like, oh, there's a red flag, and then they kind of start to pile up. You may not be talking about those things that you see, those red flags or those, but you're aware of them. And then we've got the thunder card. The thunder comes in also, reminds me a lot like the rattle. And here they are, adjacent from each other. And the thunder is bringing your attention to, hey, next comes, maybe some rain or lightning. And it's letting you know that something is coming, or you need to be aware of something. It could also be stirring something up from inside. Next we have the sorcerer. The thing about the sorcerer is that it differs from the magician in the traditional deck, and it also differs from the high priestess. The sorcerer is similar, but a little darker. The sorcerer is somebody who could be abusing their power in some way, shape, or form if they're acting out of alignment with their higher self. Because next here we have the moon. And the moon speaks about things, it could be fears, things that are buried deep within your subconscious, things that you may not be aware of yourself, or something that somebody else isn't revealing to you, right? Because it could be a secret, it could be something that you're not really quite aware of either within yourself or somebody else. Just apply it to how it fits in your situation, because it's not going to be straight across the board. The moon also speaks of cycles, beginnings and endings. So it also speaks of, the ebb and flow and tide of emotions. Maybe somebody is sacrificing their emotions too much, or maybe they feel like they're sacrificing or relinquishing some of their own power. Next here we have the eagle as the last card. I'm sorry about the quality here. I've got a cracked lens. I'm working on things that ain't working, okay? So the next we have the eagle, and the eagle is about gaining perspective from a further vantage point, to zoom out and look at things in a broader perspective. You want to gain some kind of insight with the seer, right? But then you want to zoom out that lens and look at the bigger picture.